Hello everyone, I am Benoit Poire. I am a co-founder with Honest Gygax of GP Adventures. I am also co-developer and cartographer on the Hobby Shop Dungeon and Marmoral Tomb project. I'm the DM of this game, and what you're about to see is session 5 of the campaign. Now this game came together when we decided with some friends to basically have some fun together. By extension, it became a ground where I started testing some of the extra content for the Marmoral Tomb project. Now, we don't make any particular effort to police ourselves or our language. We just act as if there was no camera, no recording device present. So, the content is basically for mature audiences and probably not safe for work. So just your viewer discretion is advised, basically. Now, the few remarks I wanted to make about this game is that this session is a bit particular because during session 4, the previous session, we had a big climax, but we ended up the game just after this climax. There were still some loose ends going on. So the first half, roughly, of this video session you're going to watch is tying up those loose ends and trying to see where the game is going to go from there. After that is done, we change gears and we level up the characters. Until this session, the characters were still level 0 mundane folk. The characters of the players were brought to the village of Cromkemlock, and they were searching for work. And what ended up happening was a series of supernatural events that were in the end blamed on them, and they had to solve the situation immediately. I'm going to link all the previous sessions, including session 4, which we recorded as well, in the description of this video. So since we're tying up those loose ends, the characters arrive at a point at which they become really adventurers. So we're going to level them up to level 1. This is actually a big change I made, probably the biggest change, other than a few details like we're going to roll for learning for spells or gold, XP for gold is back in the game. So these are part of the changes I made to the game we're using, which is the Hero's Journey of James Spann, which is an original Dungeons & Dragons hack. And open game license, right? And so the biggest change I made is I wanted level 0, mundane characters to be really a thing in this game. In original Dungeons & Dragons and Advanced, level 0 is not really that much of a difference with level 1 characters, right? All level 1 and level 0 are basically one hit die and so on, right? So what I wanted to do was I wanted to take this occasion to use this toolbox of original Dungeons & Dragons to make level 0, like chainmail, a thing. And is level 0 characters are one thing, and then when you're level 1 character, you're already a step away from the mundane, right? So what that means is that when they level up level 1, like when they roll their hit dice, that's going to add up to the hit points they already have, and so on and so forth, right? And that's something I wanted to do for some time. That creates an extra cushion in terms of hit points for the characters at level 1. And since the game is set up by such a way by James Spann, so that the progressions of the characters through levels is actually much more flattened compared to something like Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, that equals out in the end. And that creates really this a nice contrast between heroic folks and mundane folks, right, who are on level 0. and that's about the biggest difference here. Otherwise, just watch and see what we did, and so obviously the second part is going to be meandering back and forth. We're going to talk about something else and joke and whatnot. If you want to know more about the Marmoral Tomb, the Hobby Shop Dungeon, and so on, I'm going to link everything in the description of this video as well. So thank you for going through this introduction, and enjoy the game. And see you later. Bye bye. So I was just summarizing what happened last time, right? So basically, what we had going on, you had defeated the monstrosity that Maria had become. Godric, the priest, remained down. The other priest had basically a mental breakdown. You gathered all the crap you could find, including the construction materials and beams and stuff, to block the passage at the bottom of the tower of the priest. And then the dwarf showed up, basically going, like, give me back my pendant and all that.
All right, yeah, he was naked and shit.
Yeah, exactly. And he had a forceful argument with the character of Carlos. And
Lucian, I think it is, right?
yeah,
Yep.
Lucian. The hammers came to blows, and that's when Thrice, I think, stepped up and basically calmed the game, like, yeah, chill guys and stuff, And I think the pendant was given back to the dwarf. And at the same time, Lucian explained that, like, if you step outside right now, you're basically going to get mugged by everybody in the village. And he basically chilled, he basically like, okay, I see your point, guys, Yeah. Right, so basically that's where we are right now. And you're still basically in the tower. Are you there, Luke? Oh, no, he's still on the phone. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically where we are now. Like I was saying, we're gonna see what happens, right? And the point is basically to come to a relative conclusion to this chapter, quote unquote, and level up your characters. Try to bring them back to level 1, right?
Right.
Because now basically after surviving all this crap, you're basically primed to be level 1. That's the point. Like, you're not actually gaining experience points, right? Because mundane characters don't gain experience points in that sense. They just become heroic, not mundane, and that's basically when you become level 1, right? That's why all your hirelings and the people that who surround you, who are not adventurers, are basically level 0. Right? So that's one of the slight modifications I made to the game, so that level 0 and the levels of heroic characters work together, like in chainmail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So you there, Luke? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna shut my mic off. My wife's yelling at me, but I'm listening.
All right. So, the priest who's with you, in the tower. Let me see if I can find his name back. It's not Godric. That's the other. Let me check. Yeah, I got it. Yes, Ubold. Ubold, the cleric. So, he's basically kind of coming back to his senses, right?
Yeah.
And while you guys were basically piling up shit on top of the hole and all that. So
Right.
the dwarf is kind of waiting. He's naked in the middle of the room. And like, do you guys have shit for me to put on? What's going on here? Somebody wants to take it?
Well, seeing as how I have no desire whatsoever to interact with this fucking guy and ever again, I think that's up to you guys.
So all right, what's going on again?
Well, the dwarf is basically naked, holding
that's
the
right.
pendant right in the
Yep.
middle of the room, right? It's like, you guys don't have any cloak, anything to dress me? You know, like...
And where are we outside right now?
No, inside.
No, we're still inside the ruins of the temple.
Yeah.
Actually,
The one where that girl came up the like sewer.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
All right, so I
Oh,
guess
Luke, I will say this, though. Your boy's really good here at making demands.
I guess I'll snoop around real quick. If I can't find something, maybe a drape. It's a ruined temple, so there's got to be or so I have a little less care about the maintenance of the building.
Well, you shouldn't have too much trouble finding something to cover his wee little balls.
You can find... what you find is basically, like a sack for potatoes. You know, like
That's it?
a brown bag of very
That's all I
thick...
can find for cloth?
Basically, yeah. Like, you could perhaps, if you wanted to use curtains instead, you could rip some
This
curtains.
is a holy place. Give him the potato sack.
All right, so I take the potato stack, grab my dagger, swirl it around, because I'm a visual guy. I like to. I'm a show. So I cut 2 hands or 2 arms and a head in the sack, and I'm gonna give it to him. I was gonna throw it over his body, but
the dwarf
I'll give it to him.
The dwarf takes it. He seems semi impressed by what you just did.
Oh,
and
sweet.
He smells the bag. He's like, oh, crying out loud. Like,
What's the problem? You live underground and potatoes are underground? It smell like home.
You should have seen what we did to your unconscious body if you think that stinks.
What did you do? What did you do to my body? He's checking his bum. He's like, what?
I just shrugged.
So he's like, he's got a mean look towards you. He's like, he's making his way through the bag, and it's slightly too tight. So he's kind of like, like this.
Should I cut a slit in the side like a dress?
No, I think that's perfect.
Basically, yeah. And his legs are, of course, extremely hairy, right? Like, he's basically a step away from the Yeti, and the dwarf Yeti. So he's like, okay. So, what are we gonna do now? Are we gonna stay here and have tea, or are you guys gonna move or something? Because I'd like to be on my way.
So take a second, step back, out of character. That woman is dead, or no?
Yeah, she's basically got her skull bashed. If I remember correctly. And yeah, I remember that I think it's Carlos the Dwarf who delivered the killing blow. If I remember correctly.
You guys want to go down that way?
Are you out of your mind?
Yes!
How about this? I think this is a great time. We've got a PTSD priest right over here, okay? We've got this naked dwarf. I did tell this dwarf that I was going to take him back to see the shaman. And I am a man of my word, even though I hate his guts. So I'm going to. I think that's the best play. Besides, we've got to get him out of here in a place he's not going to get ripped to shreds.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
We can.
Ah, cool. Yeah. I want to make sure, like, one of my characters is like making sure there's not a mob outside gathering for the dwarf.
Okay.
when you peek through the door, you can see that at the foot of the hill, like the tower where you are, and the parts that are being built around, stand on a hill, on a shallow hill. It's not too tall, right? And you can see that at the bottom of the hill, you have some kind of commotion going on. You see the flickering of torches, and you see some people, but you can't make out exactly what the mood of the group that's down there is exactly.
Alberto, which of your characters was looking? Was it Thrice or was it Skittles?
Is the entire party here, like all 9 of us?
No, it was for you. It was Skittles and it was Thrice.
It most likely was Thrice looking out the window.
All right. Well, okay. I would. Lucian is going to come up to you after you see that. After you tell us about it, I tell you. I think the best way to diffuse the situation is let the priest talk to these guys. We're an unknown quantity to these guys, and I don't think that they'll respect us as much as the priest. If he goes down there and tells them everything's under control, I think we stand a much better chance of getting out of here with no drama.
Right.
No drama. The dwarf is like, no drama. I've been...
Shut up! No one's talking to you. Anyway.
You guys are like children. We should get out of there and kick their asses and let them know who the boss is.
I know where some asses need to be kicked. Down that hole.
You know what's funny too? I see one of us that's standing here naked in a potato sack. That just
he might be a hell of a fighter and a hell of a leader. He should lead us down that hole.
No, he's like, so you guys want to fight? You guys want to fight? No, he kind of jumps towards you. Like, his potato sack. You guys want to fight? I can't fight. No,
I look over at.
He's basically like, his arms are like this, right?
I look over at Luke, and I say, "Are we really being threatened by a guy in a potato sack?" At this point,
I say, did we really just like go through all that shit to save the court jester? I mean, literally. Hey, I have no idea who I am, but I'm not a jester, okay? Just stop acting like one, damn it.
I think if we take him underground, he'll be easily humbled.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you girls do the talking then. All right.
So how about you cool your ass down while we fucking get you out of this situation?
Fine. As long as I can get away from this town.
Oh, you're gonna get away from it, believe me.
Holy shit.
So are we going back underground?
No, we're not going underground. We're going back to the town.
Hey, you telling me if we want to fight a few villagers with torches or hell, whatever the hell that shit came out of there, I'll go with the people.
Yeah. All right.
Luke, by the way, you realize that the character that you have up here is your scribe, right?
I do know that. And I'm not trying to send him down. I'm just trying to think, do we have a purpose of being back down there?
Oh, we do have a purpose of being back down there. But that purpose is, we're going to cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay, but this, in my gears are running on that. Like, if we do have to re-enter the tomb or whatever is underneath, whatever you want to call it, what do you think the best entrance would be?
You know what I think the best entrance would be, Luke? I think the best entrance would be if we didn't say anything about this in front of this guy over here, because he's not one of us.
Okay.
Yes, I'm one of you guys. Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm in the group. I'm in the party here. All right, so Skittles is gonna step up and say, you know what? I kind of agree with the dwarf. He's already been with us to this point. It is negligent to just treat him like he doesn't know anything, because he obviously knows something about that necklace. So whatever he knows is gonna get us out of here. I like this guy. Why did you find this guy? I like this guy. Why aren't you guys?
Let's go back. Let's go back to the shaman. We'll go back to town like I told him we would. We'll get this under control.
Right. Let's send somebody. Let's send somebody with the charisma to go deal with that. With the villagers first.
I actually have a pretty decent charisma. How about me and the cleric go and speak to him?
You can. Yeah, that's fine. The PTSD cleric is gonna do great for a crowd.
PTSD cleric he's my straight man through this.
So you just go, like Lucian just goes with Ubold the priest for now?
Yeah, and I'm telling Ubold, listen, I know you've been through a lot today. These people don't know me. They do know you, though, okay?
Or you just know
I don't necessarily need you to tell them everything that's happened. All I want you to do is tell them everything is under control. If they start asking questions, you let me handle it.
I understand. And I thank you. I thank you for your help. I'm sorry for what happened, and I should have been...
Don't be sorry. You had nothing to do with this.
Shall we go?
Let's go.
So you guys stay back, I guess, on top of the hill, like you're basically in the compound or the area of the tower, and you're watching what's going on. Back there, look and
right.
Right. Can you describe the tower a little bit better? Like what's above the other levels that's not that? Okay, so if I can share my screen, I can actually show you. I'll show you share screens. All right, you tell me when you can see it.
There you go.
You can see?
Mm-hmm. I can.
Okay, so where you are is basically in this area 5 here.
Yep.
Okay. So what you're seeing, if I can take something to mark, maybe. Okay. So the tower itself is this round structure here, right? And it's basically a relatively short, stocky tower made of stone, right? And this part is pretty much done. It's a very strong tower, right? Not nearly as huge and looming over the whole area as this one here, which is an extremely high, strong tower that looks like the extension of the cliff on which it stands. Very huge tower that looks very old. This one.
You first described it. You told us it looked almost like it had been built by giants, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it looks absolutely out of proportion and really, really impressive. Will be would you say like Cyclopean architecture? Because I think that will be like. You see, like in the Lord of the Ring movies, something like Kiritungol. That kind of gothic type of tower that looks very stocky and like it was almost carved out of the mountain partially. That's basically what it looks like. So it looks very ancient and dark and gothic, right? And all right, but this one where you are looks like a very standard medieval tower of stone, and the rest around that, like you've got maybe 1 feet or 2 feet of stones that already make up the walls that you can see around here, right? That will form basically the shape of the church around. But it's in construction, so you can see there are, every few feet there are poles of wood that have been planted in the ground to serve as support for all the work that's going on. And you've got tools, you've got beams and all sorts of stuff, some of which you have used to block the basement of the tower. The access to the tunnels under, right? And so you're standing basically. My understanding, you tell me if you don't want that, but you're basically sort of in this area, right? Just outside the tower, but in the perimeter of the church, basically, and so you can see what's going on downhill here. and you've got a group of people here. Okay.
Where's the
And,
town?
The town
Town is opposite is where that 9
Yeah.
is.
I'm gonna move. See, the town is there.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah. And that's the camp of all the people that are not villagers, but the travelers on the way.
Right, and that's
So-
also where the hole is, the sinkhole.
That's right. The sinkhole is around there.
Yeah, that's exactly where I thought it was.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. All right. So you guys are on the hill, right?
Mhm.
And okay, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen now, so I can now that we
Good thing
have.
your Google search wasn't still up.
Oh my
Oh.
god. So, you basically stand right, like you're outside the tower, and you see Ubold and Lucian walk down the hill. Lucian, you can see that the people, there is commotion in the group of people who are down there. Those are mostly villagers that you can see, right?
Right.
There are a few what looks like warriors of the tribe.
Right.
And there seems to be that you can see someone as you approach making some gestures, kind of violently, right?
Right.
Yeah. And as you approach,
We're heading in that direction.
so as you approach, you can see a guy who looks about. He must be in his 70s. The guy. He's really tall, almost skeletal, gaunt. And he's wearing, some a cloak, a travel cloak. He's bald. He has long hair that grow from his temples, right?
Right.
And he's badly shaved, and he got some deep set blue eyes. And he's holding in one arm, he's holding a child, and
Okay.
the child is unconscious.
Okay.
Okay.
I
What's
look
the
at him.
age? What's the age of the child? Like we're talking 1 year, 5 year, 10 year.
Probably around 3 years old.
Okay, so it's pretty young then.
Okay.
Okay.
So he basically can hold the child with one arm.
One hand. Yep.
And he's basically waving around. Yeah.
I hail the guy and I ask him, I don't believe we've met yet. Who are you?
Oh, who are you? I mean, do you see what these creatures have done to my child? My child is dead now. Who did this?
The child's dead.
Yeah.
What? I look at the child. Does it look like it had any? Is there any kind of marks on it?
You can see the first look you have, the child is really peaceful and doesn't seem to be hurt. And then you notice that the head is holding at a weird angle.
Oh my god.
And you can
I look
see,
at him and I said, "What did this?"
I don't know, something that came out of my compound. I'm the Undertaker. I live there, right? And he shows behind himself, and I'm going to share the screen again. Right? So, it's basically, like, I live right there, and I don't know what happened. It just came out, and I couldn't do anything. They could
Listen.
a hold of
Listen.
my child.
Listen to me.
Okay. He's
Sorry
showing-
about your child. My name is Lucian. The situation inside the temple is grave, but it's under control right now. I'm very glad all of you are here right now, though. We have someone inside the temple that may hold the key to stopping all this, but we need to get him to the shaman. Can I count on you guys to help me get him to the shaman?
Well, you hear the villagers all talking to one another. They're like whispering a little bit, and the Undertaker seems completely, like distraught, and he's wondering what to do. And he's like, does this guy have anything to do with what happened? Who's that person you're talking about?
He's a dwarf, and I don't know the extent to which he has something to do with this, but I do know that things started happening once he appeared here.
When you
I
see
think the
that,
shaman. I think the shaman may be able to divine what is happening exactly here, but we won't know until we get this dwarf to him.
once you mention that he may have something to do with it,
How would you tell him that?
you can see the eyes of the Undertaker narrow, and a very, very sour look come to him, right?
Right.
There's
Yep.
no question that if you leave the Undertaker alone with the dwarf, something's gonna happen, right?
Right.
Yeah. And he just stays silent, he just backs off, he holds his child, and he starts crying, right? It's all he said.
I told Ubold, I say, listen, Ubold, try and comfort this guy. I look at the warriors there,
He's
and I
basically,
say,
he's
I say,
basically
come
already
with me.
moving.
I say, come with me and let us get this dwarf to your leader, to the shaman. He's the only one that will be able to make heads or tails of this.
You like the Ubold goes to the Undertaker, the father, and try to comfort him, and the villagers instinctively start to move as a single group, right, towards the village, right.
All right, boys, that's diffused.
So you guys are following.
I lead the warriors back up to the temple to escort the dwarf, and I'm going to tell the guys what just happened.
Okay. So you then proceed to the village, I suppose.
If these guys are amenable to it, if Luke and Alberto's characters are okay with it, then yeah.
Yeah.
Are you alright with it? Yeah.
Well, none of our characters were there, so it's like.
And that's why I said I'm telling you guys what happened down there. The villagers are really concerned about what happened. There's been some unexplained deaths in the last few minutes down in the village. We absolutely need to get the dwarf to the shaman, if for no other reason than for his own safety.
Yeah.
I think going the obvious route is, not wise.
Okay, what's your plan?
Well, my plan is that we take a more discreet route where they, based on what you just.
You want to go to the village? You just don't want to go directly there?
Yeah, it's
okay.
Not
transit or.
All right, I understand.
And if something else is coming out of the ground and attacking the villagers as is, well then we not only have to worry about villagers, then we have to worry about whatever else is down there. So.
Well, as you can see behind me, the warriors are going to help us get to the village anyway. So it's not like it's just going to be us alone. But I do see your point. I'm fine with that.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you get down the hill, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
And then Ubold basically comes to you and asks, so what's up? What's going on?
We're taking the dwarf to see the shaman, as I said that we would. Why don't you stay here and tend to these guys' needs? We'll be right back. I'll be back anyway.
Actually, the Undertaker wants to come with you guys.
Okay, that's fine too. Hey, but I'm going to tell Alberto and Luke, listen, this Undertaker right now, he's fucking pissed. His kids just died.
Right.
That's
the dwarf and him are not safe.
Where's the rest of the party?
They're over by the wagons.
Yeah, by the camp. Exactly.
I tell them, I say, listen, guys, it's not safe to leave the two of them alone. So I'm going to walk with the Undertaker, just so you guys know what's going on.
I want to swap scenes. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys want to swap scenes back to the wagons real quick?
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so you can basically just, you're just a few yards away, really, from the camp and the wagons, right? So it's just a matter of stopping along the way, right? Yeah. And basically, we can say you're just right there right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can gather the party, basically, right?
Right.
Yeah. You can see that immediately you can see that the mother, like the healer of the village, is still around, and she has a look immediately at the child of the Undertaker, and you can hear her whisper something, and all you can make out is she's too far gone. You know?
The
Yeah, like the healer, the crone of the village.
oh right, okay,
Is basically like she's looking at
The one
the
that's
child.
sweet on one of Alberto's characters.
That's right.
That's
yeah,
right.
exactly. And she's basically just saying like she's too far gone. I can't do anything for her.
The child is too far gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Sorry.
Is this a different child?
A different
It
one?
has to be. It has to be a different child, right?
Is the child of the Undertaker, because the Undertaker came with you, right?
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
he
okay.
still
Yeah.
has his child. He's not letting go of the child, and basically he wants to follow you like a puppy because he's not going to let the dwarf out of his sight.
Right.
That's basically what he's got in mind, the guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. From there, uh, the warriors and the healer and the other, everybody starts basically to move towards the village. Are you
Right.
following?
Yep.
Okay. When you pass the towers, the wooden towers that appear to guard the village and the bridge, you're seeing that a fair amount of villagers has gathered inside the village perimeter there, and there's not a peck of conversation, right? Everybody's like dead silent. Everybody's watching you.
Mhm.
Just walking the village
Okay.
silently, right?
Make way, good villagers. We need to speak to the shaman immediately.
They basically part, and let you pass without a word, right? And they're all like, you can feel a kind of a tension in the group, right? And that's between astonishment, sadness, and anger, right?
Uh huh.
My whole party in unison instantly get defensive.
Yeah.
Hands on the hands on the hilt.
Okay. You can see a few warriors in the crowd that basically do the same, right? You can see that they're playing with their hands on their spells, and they're
Right.
itching for it. Right? So, some of them, not all of them. Right. So you make your way to the tent of the shaman, and you find him actually You find the shaman actually waiting for you outside this big ass tent, right? That looks like a desert, shape.
Is his assistant still there?
Yeah, he's
With
still
him?
around. Yeah, he's basically just next to the shaman. So you basically have the shaman and his enormous mask waiting in front of the tent, right? And you can see he's standing right like a stone, like he's not wobbling his head yet. And next to him, you can see that his assistant, who is much taller and skinnier, with the kind of wooden bird mask, right?
Right.
So when you approach the shaman, he's instantly going like, you can see the mask move, which forces him to make a step back to carry the weight of the mask. You're like,
Yep.
So, you are back.
As promised, with the talisman and the dwarf.
Have you solved the problem?
we have a new set of problems.
What do you? He moves. Like the weight of the. What do you mean? The dwarf is not taking. He's not saying anything, right? And you can see, like the dwarf is basically trying to make himself disappear, basically, right now.
Who else is in this tent? Who else is in the tent?
Right now in the tent, like you're actually just outside the tent. But if you want to come in, then those people who follow are your characters, right? The shaman, the assistant of the shaman, the undertaker, Mother Ida, the healer, and that's pretty much it, I think. Maybe Ubold as well, the priest followed as well.
Yeah.
Right? But that's basically it. Okay?
Alright.
So what is the shaman basically like walks in the tent, right? And he's like, so explain to me your issue.
I look back and forth between the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I tell him the situation that happened up in the temple.
Okay. He listens intently, right?
Right.
Concentrate, on what you're trying to explain to him. You can see he's shifting a bit in his mask when you mention Madea and her transformation with the pendant, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And he asks you like, so did the creature let the pendant go on her own?
No, it was knocked from her head.
By force, then, by a weapon.
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, interesting. And you said the dwarf just showed up after? You showed up
Right.
after? He's looking at the dwarf. Like, I just woke up. And the shaman is like, do you know anything about this pendant? And the dwarf is like, not really, just it's mine. And the shaman is like, how do you know it's yours?
How did you come across that?
Yeah, like, and the dwarf is like, he's hesitating, he becomes really nervous. He's like, I don't know, I just remember running and I just had it with me. It must be mine.
Hmm.
And the shaman is like, do you mean to say you don't have any memories of who you are? And the dwarf is like, I just know it's mine. And you can see the back and forth goes on a little bit, right? And the shaman pressures him a little bit more. And the dwarf basically spills his story. And what it comes down to is that it seems to you guys that the dwarf doesn't remember anything before running in the forest.
Right before meeting us.
Exactly. And
Okay.
he describes the storm, he describes the rain, and that his first memories that he can still remember are the feeling of being wet and running like crazy.
Yeah.
But throughout
Give
his
me a sec.
explanation, he keeps swearing up and down that he knows the pendant is his. It must be his, obviously. Right?
I'm taking 30. Just continue on. I'm just gonna grab a 5-hour energy because I'm dragging right now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. No problem.
Well, I sit back and I'm listening to this whole thing.
So the shaman, when he's done, basically, extracting what he can from the dwarf, he turns to you guys. He's like, "Well, what are your feelings about it? Do you think that this dwarf tells the truth?" And the
I
dwarf
think
is like, "Of course, I tell the truth."
I think he tells the truth, all right. But I also think that that his talisman has brought a doom upon your city.
If the talisman, it seems to me, like the shaman says, right? It seems to me that all this seems to have come about when the pendant was separated from the dwarf and taken away from him, or at least away from a distance. Correct?
Yeah, I think that that's very possible. Then I want to bring up the Undertaker. And I'm going to say, but there's also some other things that have recently happened as well. I have no idea what their connection is to this or how they occurred, but there's a child dead now.
The shaman is rather shocked. And the Undertaker says, that's right. I had heard about the doom that had been brought to the village, but I didn't think it would concern me at all. So I just stayed by the graves. I just minded my own business. And sometime during the night, suddenly the floor of my cabin just caved in. And this horrible creature came out of it, grabbed my child, killed it.
Alberto, what were you going to say?
I don't know. This feels more like just a pendant. There's something else going on here. It's like a honeycomb under us. I think maybe there's a coincidence between the talisman.
It seems, it seems possible that the talisman separated from the dwarf might have triggered something or helped something awake in the tunnels. These tunnels have been known by us for a while. That's a shaman talking, right? And so actually some of our villagers used part of the tunnels for storage. For winter supplies and those kind of things. And it seems strange that we never had any kind of issues like this with people being murdered and monstrosity coming out of the tunnels. And that seems to have been triggered by the pendant. But then again, when the pendant was brought to the village, it didn't immediately show up. And that's what made me think, since you've described to me how the pendant basically flew back to the cart, it seems that the trigger was separating the pendant from the dwarf. Which is why I'm reluctant to take the pendant from him again. This is my understanding of this whole situation. What do you think?
I think that's pretty
I
good
don't have
understanding.
enough footing in these kind of matters to know. But I do know this, that if that's how you feel, if you think that's the case, that it's of dire importance that he retains it.
That would be my advice. However, it seems that we cannot let the dwarf just wander anywhere he please. Like the dwarf, you can see the dwarf making a face like, what do you mean? Right?
That's right. I suggest in that case we bury him alive or something. I'm just kidding. I didn't say that.
You can see the assistant of the shaman kind of laugh behind his mask when you say that. And then, like the shaman turns around and the assistant stops instantly like, I didn't do anything, like. And the shaman is like, well, on one hand, I have to commend you because it seems that the supernatural events that disrupted the village suddenly stopped. On the other hand, have you brought me back any treasure? Because
what?
have you brought me back any treasure?
We haven't come across any treasure yet.
If by treasure you mean the fact that your town is still standing because we stopped the events, then yes, I think we brought you a great treasure.
Fuck, I was gonna say that.
You have
I was about to say that shit.
you have my thanks. I acknowledge that you've done what it seems like you've done a great service to this town. That's my understanding, and I'm completely ready to credit you for it. You might remember that I made you a loan,
Yes.
and well, here's what I think. Instead of paying me back what you owe me, how about you take charge of the dwarf for the time being? And where you go, he goes. So you can keep
How
an eye on
about
him.
how about no? How about I have a how about I have a different arrangement? I don't think that's going to work because I don't trust this dwarf at all. I don't want him around me.
I can certainly understand it. What do you mean? You know, the dwarf is like, what do you mean? I'm perfectly.
I think that was pretty clear what I meant.
I'm perfectly
Anyway.
trustworthy.
Clearly didn't just lose your
Um,
memories, but you lost a couple points of intelligence as well.
Real
You-
quick, so no
Mhm.
one knows where the dwarf lives or lived, and
Not even
I'm
himself.
I'm gonna ask where the shaman right now, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm gonna ask the shaman. I mean, you're familiar with everyone in the town.
Mhm.
Do you know everyone here?
I would say so. Yes.
Yeah. Does this dwarf look familiar to you? Do you
Ne-
don't know the dwarf?
I
He's
have
not
never.
from this.
I have never seen this dwarf in my life.
Okay.
Alright, so Dries just says, keep the dwarf, and we keep our lives. We don't get paid, but we get to walk away. And that's all he says.
I'm with Thrice on this. There's no way I want this guy around us.
No, I'm saying we keep the dwarf, because if we don't keep the dwarf, the villagers are gonna kill us. And there is no and ifs or buts about it. They will kill us.
I don't see why they would kill us, Thrice.
Because Mr. Shaman here wants the pendant. And there's nothing stopping him from killing us right now and taking the pendant.
I wouldn't. The shaman interjects and says, "I wouldn't." Actually, I think that for the time being, the pendant should stay with the dwarf. The question is, what do we do with the dwarf?
Right.
And basically, the choices are, as far as I understand it, and you guys stop me if you're seeing it differently. But either the dwarf remains in the custody of the village, and is basically forbidden to leave. And then the dwarf is like, oh, no way, no way. Or,
Of course, this guy has to be a dick.
or we find some chaperone to take charge of the dwarf. And this is where you come in.
I
I think we
can
need
find
to
some
coerce the
chaperones.
dwarf.
I think we can find some chaperones down the hall.
Well, it just seems to me that since you have a debt to pay towards me, I could just forget about your debt. And you take charge of the dwarf for the time being.
I would say this to the guys. Don't you think it would be a better idea for us to go back into the hole and adventure ourselves without constantly looking over our shoulders at who's going to stab us in the back? An unknown quantity like him?
He's a dwarf. He is probably metagaming and out of character. He's a rugged little I don't know. When I think of a dwarf, like all right, so I'm asking once again out of character, Benoit, is this dwarf is he a rugged, like a stout dwarf, or does he look
Yes, he looks very rugged. He looks like he traveled a lot.
Okay.
Right? You can see on his hands he's got some callus and all that, which indicate he's a worker of some type, or at least
Okay.
worked in some fashion.
He had some tools, whether it's a weapon or some type of hand tool he had used.
He's well built.
So, all right, cool.
He's well built. You can see that he could stand in a fight, this guy. He's got like a kind of mane of brown hair and a beard, a bush of a beard, right? That are completely unkempt at this point. Makes him look crazy.
So I think
potato sack,
he'd
yeah.
be great for leading the party.
Oh my friggin' god!
Not leading the party as a leader, but leading. You know, like.
So my little group, my little clique, they all, they've been discussing, and Skittles just takes his little pipe away. He says, "You know what? You motherfuckers want to go down in the caves?"
Yes, we do.
All right. How about
Skittles?
the
only reason I want to go down to the caves is because I have a debt to pay back to the shaman. I really don't intend on doing it by carting this guy around.
I'm tired of living from day to day. We have no money. I
admire your honor. I admire your dedication. But as I see it right now, this shaman owes us because we're gonna go back down the caves. So I want some real equipment. I want some real equipment for the dwarves and some provisions. And we'll clean out the holes for them. Because you know what? Those things are going to keep on coming.
I want to retire.
I'm with him.
The shaman is considering what you're saying, right? He's like, okay, how about this? I give you equipment and training if you want it. You get down to the tunnels to make sure that there isn't any way this thing can come back. These issues. If you acquire anything can repay my debt, that's fine. And in the meantime, you keep the dwarf with you. And if he isn't an issue with you, then we see what happens. And we talk about it again.
I agree. I at least on my part, I agree.
And don't get me wrong, if he's an issue, kill him. And then you got the dwarf that's what?
I'm tired of eating scraps.
Well, I look at the dwarf and I say, well, what do you think of this situation?
Luke wants to eat some cheese.
Yeah.
I don't care what you think.
I want the shoes.
I'm just kidding.
I don't have a say in this at all. And the shaman just answers, he talks to you guys. He said, by the way, if you kill him, bring me back the pendant.
Okay.
Okay.
And at the dwarf, he's like, his mouth is a gap. Like, what the hell?
I actually feel bad. For this dwarf. Doesn't remember who he is. Oh, has been knocked out for like weeks. Gets his one thing stolen, and and the whole party are fucking douches to them. That's great. It's so horrible.
He's also a mega douche himself, so that does
Oh,
help.
he is quite the dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's quite the dick.
I love how we've made this guy into a sympathetic figure.
Okay, wait, guys. I'm gonna be right back. Phone.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm thinking in character. We got 2 days worth of food, and then we're gonna starve to death. We need to make some money. We need a job.
I'm with you on but Alberto kind of did a nice job negotiating with him. I heard the training part and the provisions part, so that's fine with me. The part I don't like is this guy running around with us as a free agent.
Right.
That's all right.
This guy has no kind of tie to us whatsoever.
Okay.
He clearly wants to be no part of us whatsoever. What are we going to do when we wake up first thing in the morning and the guy ran?
Right. Or if he has no combat experience or no, not even a combat mind, even though out of character, even though we're all weak, we're still combat minded. But if he runs off, let's think of World of Warcraft in a sense. If he runs out and then brings back 30 orcs down a hallway because the guy, I mean, you get what I'm saying. Then you're like, oh, shit.
Not to mention the fact that the guy could put a friggin' axe in our back any second.
Right.
I
hear you there.
I just feel that the shaman is not gonna have us kill, but as soon as we walk out of that tent, without that dwarves or without any kind of order that's gonna tell us not to that we didn't do anything wrong, we're gonna get jumped by a whole village. They're waiting.
But I think that we could get that order that we didn't do anything wrong.
I'd rather go out that back door.
Well, that's also a possibility, Alberto. We could friggin' just take the money and run.
Ooh, take the money and run. Is that what the song is?
Yeah, I think that's that song, but it didn't sound anything like that.
I'm not that old.
Oh, thanks, bud. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. I wasn't sure if that was the lyrics or not.
Well, no, I mean Alberto's got a point. I mean, we could take off. We could always just say, yeah, nah, I don't like this deal. Why don't you take your equipment back and we're on our own?
That's what I'm thinking. We could be like, yeah, I don't really want to run Marmoril Tomb. Let's go up into the hills and let's fight some giants. Really, that would piss Benoit off.
That'll be the dickiest thing will be the dickiest thing will be, hey, let's get all that training, let's get all that equipment, let's get them rations and bounce the fuck out like a day before.
It's a possibility.
The worst part is I don't. If it was real life, I wouldn't want to go down there. Like
no.
like this
I'd rather fight the crowd.
Yeah, this is Benoit's campaign, and obviously we're like kind of beta testing Marmoril Tomb in a sense. But my history of D&D, I feel more comfortable in the wilderness, and I feel more comfortable in not establishments, that's not the word I'm looking for, but structures above ground. I'd rather go into like a 4-story like keep. I'd rather go into like Gygax's castle or whatever. Castle Greyhawk than I would adventuring through like tunnels and tunnels of the Underdark. I do not like the Underdark. It's just not my cup of tea.
I kind of want to keep the dwarf around, man, because that guy has some fucking adventures. And plus he has that map. Remember the map that has so pretty much if we want to go anywhere.
Don't forget, Alberto, we copied that map though.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I say we give the dwarf a chance though.
Oh my goodness. I couldn't disagree more with that, but I don't know, man. That dwarf is bad news, bro.
I mean, you also got to think is just because he's coming along with us doesn't mean we're gonna cuddle him. So if he gets himself killed, he gets himself killed. And you know what? I'm not touching that fucking pendant again either.
I mean,
no, that was a good idea to begin with.
we don't have to have one person on watch either. If we had 2 people and he was one of the guys on watch, then just stay away from him, and you can always shout out. He's
there's
not
an
gonna.
axe. There's an axe between my shoulder blades. Hey, I think there's a problem.
Wait, I mean, if he makes any advances towards you at night when you're like on watch, then shout out.
We're about to turn into murder hobos. This is great.
It really is about to happen. You can just feel it.
The murder robos.
Start throwing vials of oil to the fucking crowd. Trying to hit the fucking dead kid for some reason, you know?
So you're gonna go all evil party on me, or?
Shit, we were playing D&D and we ended up playing fucking Vampire the Masquerade for some reason. So
I turn into a Nosferatu and I kill them all.
Yeah.
oh,
All right.
oh, you've reached the Masquerade. Kill everybody.
Wait, I'm Sabat.
Ooh,
So-
Masquerade.
So are you guys okay with my my proposal, or?
Well, actually, no, I'm not. But I've been outvoted. So.
Hey.
Well, you know what? We're young and adventurous, and you're an old bastard. So.
Hey,
What the fuck?
The dwarf is like, hey, I didn't vote.
You don't get a vote.
Hey, that's my life we're talking about. I don't want to
You know
be
what?
your-
I want to parlay with the dwarf real quick. I want to
But
parlay with the dwarf.
clearly, the dwarf doesn't have much of a life because he can't remember any of it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't want to be your trap detector for you guys.
That's it. I want Lucius to fight the dwarf 1-on-1 right now. Fist fight. This shit ends right now.
All right, I'm ready.
The dwarf,
Unlethal damage.
the dwarf is like that in his potato sack, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm ready too.
Oh, this shit's about to happen. Yes. I'm like, dwarf, fight. Because if you want to stay with us, you want us to help you, you're going to have to fight back.
I can fight back. Give me some clothes.
That was never part of the deal.
I'm not going into some tunnels with you guys naked. No way.
Then you have to take that up with the shaman.
Shaman, come on. He's like, come on, man. Give me some clothes at least. Right?
That's not what I was saying. I'm saying that this guy wants to whoop your ass, dwarf. So, fist fight it. Let's do it right here, right now.
Nobody's okay,
nobody's gonna die.
I'm a pacifist.
Oh, okay.
And no, but if you give me an axe and a suit of armor, then I might help you guys.
This guy is an asshole.
Are you hearing this, Alberto?
This guy is such a douche.
No, you know what? This guy stays with the shaman. I'm sorry. There's no way we can trust this guy. There's no way.
The shaman is like, I'm afraid you will have to for the time being.
What's that?
I'm afraid you will have to for the time being. Until such a time you can repay your debt to me, at least.
He's basically saying we didn't read the fine print. God damn it.
Well, so be it.
Okay, so right now we have the choice to level up the characters. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And assume that everybody is basically waiting for a little while, healing their wounds, because some of you guys are not at full hit points. I don't think so. Still not.
Some of us aren't at full hit points.
No, we got burnt. We got destroyed. Yeah, a few times.
So basically, you need at least a few days. And meanwhile, the guys. So you would like to go get back down the sinkhole, basically, right?
What I would really like to do before we do that is I'd like to ask the shaman if he could diffuse the situation with the villagers, so nobody's going to start shooting at us when we walk out of this tent.
Oh yes, right. So the shaman, in fact, the shaman hears that and he goes outside and he explains to the villager basically. These
So we
people,
didn't do this.
yeah, these
And
people.
we're here to help.
These people have helped the village. You guys, they were in charge of at least finding a temporary solution to this, which they did, and I have given them an offer to stay around for a while and help us make sure that this situation doesn't happen. So, if they want something, whether that's accommodations or some training on your part, please cooperate for the time being.
Good.
The villagers actually are a bit disgruntled, some of them, but they end up discussing going back to their work, right?
There, now can we go, Alberta, without this dwarf?
What?
And while the shaman is talking, the dwarf is like with you guys, right? And you're like, hey guys, I have an idea.
Yeah.
How about we kill the shaman? We take all the stuff we can from the tent and we run away.
Does the fucking dwarf say this?
Yes, yes, that's the dwarf.
I look down real quick in the potato sack to see how big are his fucking balls, you know? Because this guy.
It's like, I mean,
He sounds like he's perfect for our group.
that makes sense, right, guys?
No, it makes no sense whatsoever.
I think we could take him.
We're not playing D&D. We're playing fucking Vampire, and this motherfucker's a Vulcanian. We're so done. We're done.
Oh, Alberto, this is your boy now. Hold on.
And the dwarf is like, what, guys? No, I mean, I'm serious.
I have a great idea. Why don't you start? Go
Well,
ahead.
I was thinking, like the four of us could take him. The
Oh no,
shaman.
you're a tough guy. What are you doing?
Well,
You imagine the fucking dwarf trying to sneak out of town with the big fucking wooden head?
I mean, we could try it.
This fucker.
I mean, that's
Handle
some
your
loot.
business, bud.
That's some loot, right? We're here for the loot.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I think it's a great idea. Handle it.
Okay. No, man, I just thought, all
Right,
of us guys.
you didn't think. Now shut up.
You guys don't have. You guys are just cowards.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What have we done?
The shaman comes back.
Hold on, time out for a second. I just want it to be known by the party that this was not my idea. And remember this.
So the shaman comes back. Is that everything okay?
Great.
The
I don't know.
dwarf,
Do you have something to say, buddy?
and the dwarf is like, oh yeah, everything's fine.
Right.
We're getting along.
You know,
right now.
out of character, this is gonna go down the. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, the dwarf is like, no, everything's okay. We're just getting to know each other a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And he was telling us about everything he doesn't remember.
Out of character. As soon as we go away from this town, this fucking place is gonna blow the fuck up, and it's gonna be our fault.
Well, hold on, not our fault.
Then as you get back into the tent, you see the dwarf going like with the shaman. And he's like, by the way, I just want you to know, like for the record, I really like you, man.
He says that to who?
To the shaman.
Oh.
I really like you, man. You're really a good leader.
Stay with him. Mentor him, please. Mentor him.
Just get me away from this guy right now.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna cry.
I need training.
He can help you hold in the mask when you talk. He can go behind it and hold it.
Don't let it behind you, whatever you do.
Do you need some help with this? Oh man.
We're gonna die. We're gonna get killed so bad.
Oh.
I want to see the face of the fucking shaman right now. I want to see his face.
You've never seen the face of the shaman so far. You'd never see him without his mask. That's the constant, and his assistant either. So,
Oh my god. Why are you even bothering leveling us up? Shouldn't we just start... Oh wait, you're getting the book out so we can roll new characters up. I get it.
that's right. Exactly. So, how do you want to proceed? Do we pick one character at a time?
We can do that.
Yeah, sure. I don't care. Who do you guys want to start with?
Like we can pick, for instance, we can pick one character from Carlos, one character from Luke, one character from
Sure, that sounds great.
Yeah, that's
Alberto,
fine.
why don't you go first? Your alphabetical order.
No, because I'm not ready. Go. You guys go.
Okay, well, I'll go then.
Okay. Lucian wants to be what?
Magic user.
Okay.
Actually, I have to look at the book because I actually forgot about that.
Okay, roll a 6-sider.
Yes, sir. 5.
That's the number of hit points you add to your maximum that you have already.
Hey.
I'm still here, even though I'm not on the screen.
Okay. You are now level 1 wizard.
Hey.
Party time.
0 XP. Got it?
Yep.
Saving throw 15.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Saving throw 15.
Yep. Okay.
And so you can only wield daggers and staves, not allowed armor and shield. Okay, in this version of the game, right? For you to know,
Right.
all magic users can cast detect magic at will by simply concentrating for a single round. Okay?
Yep.
If the wizard spends an hour or more examining a magic item and makes a successful saving throw, they can identify the specific properties and abilities of a magic item.
Okay.
Okay? All
Yep.
right. So, now you're going to roll me. Alors, we're going to assume as spells, you have read magic already.
Okay.
Okay? Not we're going to just assume like advanced, right? You've got read magic automatically. And you're going to roll 2 more spells. Get a D8.
Got it.
And tell me what you get.
6.
Okay, wait. 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get protection from chaos. And roll again.
Yep. I got 6 again.
Reroll.
4.
Light. So at the moment, you got light, protection from chaos, and read read magic.
Okay.
And you can detect magic if you concentrate, right?
Right.
And just like in advanced, if you discover scrolls and stuff like that, you can retranscribe the spells, okay? And add them to your repertoire.
Sounds good.
You've got a spell book, obviously. Huh?
Okay.
Okay. So what's gonna happen is that we're gonna pass a week, let's just say, and we're gonna restart the game a week later, basically.
Okay.
When you're basically ready to go back in the tunnels. Okay. That done. I think. Oh yeah, your bonus to hit is +0. It remains +0.
Okay.
Okay. And we are done.
Okay.
That's your level 1 character. Okay. So who's
Great,
next?
guys. I got no offensive magic.
Who needs it?
Okay. Who?
Clearly not
Who
me.
wants to be useful?
Alberto or Luke?
Go ahead, Luke.
Okay. I haven't written any of this stuff down. It's been stuck on a dry erase board, so I'm pretty excited to actually make character sheets today.
Okay.
Here we go.
Which character do you want to start with?
I think, man, these are all so cool. We're gonna just go with the first one I wrote down, which is Valagar, and he is the human scribe.
Okay.
And I wrote neutral beside it. I don't know what that is.
So here are the. I'm gonna just read the classes that are available here. And you tell me which class you choose. So we've got
Wizard.
Wizard. Okay. All right.
That's where I intended for him to go, from
Okay.
scribe to wizard.
Excellent. All right. So that means roll me a 6-sider.
All right. Ooh, yeah. My lucky dice. 6.
Okay. That's
Nice.
the number you add to your maximum hit points.
Well done.
That's the one I add
To your
maximum hit points.
Yeah, I think you
So
all have 6 hit points maximum.
I have 12, or I have 6,
Yeah.
so now I have 12?
That's right. Correct.
Okay, that's valid.
You're a level 1 magic user.
That's pretty good for hit points on a level 1 magic user.
0 XP.
Hey, Benoit, do we get a Constitution bonus?
Oh yes, if you have a Constitution bonus, you apply it. Sorry.
Ooh, I have a 7.
No, that's
that
not. No,
That's
I have
negative.
a 15. I have a 15.
Okay, let me make sure. 15. That's +1.
But
Yeah.
okay, so 7 is that -1?
No, it's average. It counts as average. 7 to 14 is average.
Huh.
Okay. Then
Okay.
it goes 15, 17, and then 18. Okay.
I gotcha.
All right. So, 0 XP at the moment.
XP earned 0. Okay.
Your bonus to
Do I still remain? Do I still have a profession?
Oh yeah, you keep that. This is your background. Absolutely.
Okay, so
Oh,
my
yeah.
profession is still a scribe.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, this is basically exactly like in advance. In advance, you can roll the same way on a table of professions, and that's basically what you did before you became an adventurer, right?
Oh, okay. So you could be a butcher, but you could still be a wizard with a butcher background or whatever. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So your bonus to hit remains 0 +0.
I don't know if I have that on these sheets. Didn't I get these sheets from you?
Yeah, that's you should find it at BHB. If that's the character sheet for this game, right? You should have a
That's
section.
what I got from you, right?
Yeah. You should have a section.
I don't think it's on here.
Really? The bonus to hit is not on the sheet?
Not on this one. No, I'll just write it. Bonus to hit.
Yeah, +0 basically.
I have a base hit bonus. Is that what it is?
That's it. That's what it is.
Okay. Go. What was it you said?
+0.
+0. Okay.
Depending on the circumstances, like your dexterity or your strength adds up to that, right? Yeah. That depends
Okay.
what type of weapon.
My strength is a 16.
That would be a +1 if you are
A
using
+1.
a dagger
Okay.
or a staff. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go through these real quick. You said 7 to 14 is 0.
Yep.
Okay, so I've got a bunch of 7s, 10s, 12s, 14s, and I have one 18. Is that a +2?
That's a +2.
Okay, that's my dexterity.
Excellent. So you would be good at throwing things.
Okay, so my strength and dexterity, does that add to my base hit bonus right now? Or is my base hit bonus always 0?
Your base hit bonus is 0, but if you were to say grab a dagger and
That would be
stab,
dexterity based.
that would be no strength when you stab. If you throw the
okay.
dagger, that would be dexterity.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I think they changed that in 5e.
Oh yeah. No.
I think a small weapon is dexterity based, but right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a different thing. Okay.
Right.
All right. Your saving throw is 15.
Yep.
15.
Saving throw is 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, as a magic user, you can detect magic if you concentrate at will.
That you said that's racial?
That's basically a class ability.
Oh, a class bonus is I can detect magic?
Yeah, you can detect magic if you concentrate for 1 round. Okay? And if you find
concentrate
magic
for 1 round.
Okay. And if you find magic items and you concentrate on them for an hour or more, you can find out what these items do.
Okay.
Okay?
1 hour plus on items.
Yeah. Okay, now, for your spells.
Yep.
You got one level 1 spell per day, okay? At this point. Okay. Now, the spells that are in your spell book, those that you have written that you can memorize, right?
Yep. I'm gonna write.
You get read magic automatically.
Read magic?
Okay?
Yep.
Now, roll me a d8.
A d8. Yeah, right there. 6. You hear me?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay.
Protection from chaos.
That's protection from chaos, yes. So you get protection from chaos. You're gonna all have the same spells. That's gonna be fun. Roll again.
8-sider?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the connection tonight? You think it was better than all the other nights we've been together?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's better.
Me too.
Yeah.
This is a 3.
1, 2. Hold portal.
Hold portal?
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
And that's it.
Is that it?
And
Any of us get anything offensive?
I know. Give me a damn magic missile. That's my favorite spell.
In here, that has a different name, but that's basically
it
magic
does.
missile. It's called Arcane Dart.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. I think I've heard that before.
Yeah. There's Sleep, which you didn't get yet. Charm Person. Nobody got it yet.
Yeah.
All right. So
hold on one quick. So spells per day, what's that based off from?
That's basically a class feature.
Is it based off intelligence though as well?
No, I don't
like
think
early edition.
I don't think that intelligence modifies it here. I'm just checking to make sure.
I should get off my ass and get my book. I'm sorry.
I'm looking through mine right now. That's what I'm.
Wizards with an intelligence between 15 and 17 can memorize 1 additional first level spell per day.
I'm at 12. So
Okay.
what can I memorize per day though? At first
Yes.
level?
One per day. One level
per
one
day.
per day, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And wizards with an intelligence of 18 can memorize 2 additional first level spells per day.
So that's 3 for level 1 at level 1.
If you had an 18 intelligence, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so read magic is a level 1 spell as well as
yes,
the other 2 that I rolled for. Okay.
That's right. And those spells are the ones that you have in your spell book, and every day you can choose which one you memorize, right? Okay.
Okay. Now, how do I gain more? Like Arcane Dart, if I find the scroll,
Yeah,
I can read and write if
that's
successful.
right. And that consumes the scroll in the process. Yes.
Okay.
Ben, do you have any house rules against us swapping spells?
No, you can't do that.
Luke, I'm more than happy to help let you scribe out of my book too.
Okay. Same here.
Yeah. So you can absolutely do that. There's no
Luke, then you can add light if you want. Can we do that right now, Ben?
Sure, you could.
Luke, add light to your list.
Do I roll for that?
No, you don't have to roll. Wait.
Not. I mean, I imagined from a scroll you would need a success, but.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I would have to check that specific roll.
We could house rule it.
But
it's not like it's someone else's scroll book is a consumable. So what are you missing, Carlos?
You have hold portal and I have light.
Okay, I would really like light actually.
Go ahead and take it. I'll take hold portal.
Yeah, so I'll read up on that. After you rolled for spells, is that the end of it for your character, or is there something else? Okay, so it's Alberto next.
Yeah, it's assumed here that it's automatic. All right.
Okay.
If a wizard finds spell scrolls during an adventure, he can copy them in his spell book or cast the spell directly from the scroll. But doing so expands the scroll magic and makes it impossible for the wizard to scribe it into his spell book later. So, I'm just gonna assume that in the downtime, you're able to do this, right? Later on, for the scrolls you find, I might use the advanced
house rules. Yeah, I would probably prefer that.
Yeah. So basically, you would need to roll a 100-sided, to know if you can retranscribe the spell, right?
Yeah. That's what I would have done.
In my opinion, that's more fun because you end up with a magic user sometimes that doesn't add the spell you want him to have.
Right.
And that makes it more fun because you have to be more inventive with the spells you do have. Right? Yeah. All right.
How big is that book that you've got? Is that a small one?
Who, me?
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. When you were holding it before, I thought it was a full size 8.5 by 11.
No, that's the same size as those guys.
Yeah, I gotta get that White Star
one. Oh shit, White Star is small too? Man, that's sexy as fuck.
Yeah, those A5 prints are so beautiful.
And that's the companion.
I want that.
Yeah.
Oh,
is that Lulu or is that drive-through?
Drive-through.
Is what you get that from, yeah.
Yeah, drive-through. Yeah. God, I love
I
this
gotta
game.
get on that.
It's really good game. Anyway, all right. So, Alberto, which one do you want to level up?
I am gonna go with Skittles. I mean, I know what they all doing, but I'm gonna go with
Okay.
Skittles, and we're gonna turn him into a duelist.
A duelist. Okay.
That is totally not what I expected out of that character. I thought you were going to go like Druid or something with him.
Nah, so two magic users. I needed something with the equivalency of a fighter.
Okay.
And if you think about it, a duelist makes sense because he has more of that gangster bravado to him, kind
Yeah.
of a show off.
I can see
Works
it.
for me.
Yeah. I can see it. That works. All right. So, level 1 duelist, 0 XP. Roll a 6-sider +1.
5.
+1, 6. Do you have
5.
Oh, total 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a constitution? What's your constitution?
Constitution of 15.
That's +1. That's 6. Add 6 to your hit points. Total.
All right, so
You got 12 hit points maximum now.
12 hit points. Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right.
Your bonus to hit is +1. Okay.
Okay.
And your saving throw is 15.
I gotta get the character sheets. I gotta get that. 15, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And your armor class is 13 without armor.
Let me see. 13?
13, yes. You basically have a bonus of +3 to your armor class because of your duelist background.
Okay.
Okay? And the rest, basically, well, you can see the class abilities, the class description, right?
I got him over here, yeah.
So you can see basically you got lightning reflexes, master swordsman, receive a +2 to hit and damage rolls when wielding a long sword or a short sword. And you are only surprised on a 1 on a d6, which is super cool actually. That's a very good thing now. Okay. It's a really cool class, by the way, the duelist.
Yeah, it seemed kind of cool.
Yeah. All the classes, I was actually fairly impressed by this game, looking at the classes, because there's no real stinker in there, right? Even the bard and all that. There's no real stinker. Okay. So, and that's basically it. So, back to Carlos.
Okay.
Which one now?
I'm going to take one of the Flowerfoot twins, or the Flowerfield twins, Jonas in particular.
All right.
I would like to make him a paladin.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's cool.
Real quick, I'd like to just bug you guys about the history of D&D. Were there some editions or some offshoots where you could not be a paladin in the beginning? You had to be like a fighter, and you worked your way into a paladin class, or were you always a paladin?
Okay.
No, that was the only
Castles and Crusades.
the only class that happened to in advance. That was the bard, right?
What was the bard?
The bard in.
And then later the thief acrobat.
Right, as well.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
the paladin, that's weird because in Unearthed Arcana, the paladin got retrofitted into the cavalier class.
Yeah.
And the cavalier class itself was weird in the sense that you had like 3 level 0 steps before you actually became level 1 cavalier.
Oh, okay.
That was really personally,
difficult.
I did not like it at all. That's really, and that made the paladin something that was like a subclass of cavalier, which really didn't sit well with me. That's something that personally I think is shit. So
yeah.
I like paladins to be equivalent to rangers. You know, like for the
Yeah.
balance of classes, it
Yeah.
works for me, but in my head. Anyway, so yeah, paladin. So level 1 paladin, 0 XP. This roll a d6 plus 1 for the hit points.
6.
Total?
Yep. Oh, no. 7. And do I get a constitution with that?
Yes.
Okay, I have a 16 constitution.
So that's another plus 1. That's plus 8
Okay,
hit
so that
points.
would be a total of 8, plus my 7 is 15.
Voilà, you got it. 15 points. That's your tank right there. One of them. Okay,
My halfling tank.
yeah. The saving throw is super sweet. 12.
Okay.
That is low. That is good. And there are no spells at the moment.
Right.
Okay. We're gonna leave the question of the equipment aside for the moment. Like what type of weapons and armor you're gonna get, right? We're gonna
Okay.
do that next time when we start. Basically,
Right.
bartering with the shaman and getting shit from him, right?
Okay.
Okay. And don't worry, I won't be a shit with you guys. You're gonna get some basic equipment that works, right? I'm not gonna shortchange you. Okay. And that's basically it, right?
What's the 2 hit bonus?
The what?
2 hit bonus, Ben?
The base hit bonus.
Plus 1.
Okay.
Okay.
And he has a lay on hands ability, right?
Yes, you got a healing touch. Once per day, a paladin can touch a wounded individual and heal them for a number of hit points equal to its current level.
Got it.
The spell casting of the paladin kicks in at the 4th level, so that's not a thing yet.
He'll probably have an offensive spell before my magic user will.
There's a house rule suggested here, which is the disease immunity. The idea that the paladin is immune to disease and those kind of ailments. I think we can use it. We're gonna say the paladin is immune to disease.
To disease.
Yeah, that gives him an extra little edge. No, that's fine.
So he's leading the group in the dungeon, is what you're saying?
I thought that was the dwarf.
No, it's gonna be that guy now.
I'm going to be right behind that dwarf. Don't you worry.
All right, Luke, what's your next character?
Next character is Hotch, which is Tomb. Yep.
And what do you want to level him up as?
Ooh, man. As a gravedigger, and him.
He's the guy he's the guy who does rappel as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So he could become an acrobat.
Oh no, he wasn't the one that was doing rappelling. I think that was
Lagoose.
Lagoose. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right.
But being a gravedigger, I kind of want to accent my character class with my profession.
Yeah,
so
sure. Why not?
So what do you think?
I did. That's what I did.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Why not? That's a perfectly valid choice. Yeah.
Maybe some kind of fighter type.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking if I do a fighter, what?
Or you could do something really cool and make him like a priest of a death god.
Oh, you have a monk. There's also a monk in there, man. And that's something monks will do. I mean, I think in my world.
Yeah, that's the monk.
Let's do that. That would be fun. Let's do that.
A monk?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, are you totally sure though? That's your choice, man. Not ours.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm trying to think. At first I was thinking a fighter or something dirty. But now I almost want to go a little spiritual. So we can go priest, or we could go. I don't know. The way I
Or
see this
paladin,
guy. The way I see it, I want to go more monk or like a
the monk,
something like that.
the thing Reeve with the monk, that's the unarmed combat, right? You're basically fighting with your hands. Okay.
Yeah.
So as long as you're okay with that, and it's basically kung fu, right? But at the same time, you can reinterpret it as a monk, an actual like Western monk that actually happens to be.
I don't think I want to go Western monk.
Yeah.
And I think, can I be like a dirty bar fighter? Like,
Sure, like a drunken master. This the
yeah,
kind
something
of,
like that.
Sure,
But
yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to be like the traditional monk. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
when we talked about this character and I was describing him before, we were going with Ghost Rider. You remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I still want to have like leather and maybe a cowboy hat and be like a ghost fighter, or I mean a Ghost Rider kind of like looking guy.
Sounds
And
great to me.
I guess that's why I'm thinking like drunken boxing, or being in like more of a bar fighter.
Dragon Fist. You know?
Right.
Woo!
Let's do that. So monk is what we're
You
gonna go
know,
with.
Luke has never been the same since I showed him that video of the young blonde getting fisted by the Brazilian lesbian.
Oh my god.
Did you see that too, Benoit?
No.
Did you see that?
I don't want to see it. I just like.
Yeah,
no.
you saw the JPEG I sent. It was of Ronda Rousey.
Man, I blacked out.
Do you know who Ronda Rousey is, right?
Hey,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
responded to it.
Did
It's
Okay.
Yeah, you said she got destroyed.
yeah. She got it's about the current fight. Yeah, right.
Yes, that comes back now. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
This is not an
Right.
Edward Penis Hand situation.
Okay. I was out of left field for a moment.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a meme. It wasn't anything dirty. Okay, so profession is gravedigger. Class is a monk.
Correct.
Yep. And where are we going from here?
What's his constitution?
Constitution is that the fourth one down? My constitution's 16.
Fourth should be dexterity.
Okay, so roll a d6 and add 1.
I think what I've got here is the fifth is dexterity, and then charisma, appearance, and luck. But what did you say, Benoit?
Roll a d6 plus 1.
A d6 plus 1.
Yeah.
I got 4.
Total? Okay, that's what you had to your hit points?
Okay, so add 5.
No, 4.
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Oh, okay.
So plus 1 is 5, sorry. Yeah. And my maximum, I get all my health back because I was at 3.
Yeah,
from 6.
You get back to your maximum hit points, yes.
Okay, so maximum hit points is now 11.
Okay. So, bonus to hit.
Bonus, yep.
Plus 0.
Plus 0, okay.
Yeah. Saving throw is 12.
Saving throws 12.
Yeah. You got an ability, a monk ability that's called stealth.
Stealth?
Yeah. And that's, you're right, stealth 2.
Plus 2?
No, just 2.
2, gotcha.
Yeah. Basically what it does is, the monk is quite skilled at remaining both silent and unseen in any environment. To use this ability, the referee rolls a d6. If the number rolled is equal or lower than the monk's stealth ability, he has succeeded and remains both unnoticed and unheard until he takes an action that would reveal him. Okay? So that's basically moving silently, right?
Yep.
Okay. The unarmed damage. What's your strength?
My strength is a 13, so plus 0.
Yeah, plus 0. So your unarmed damage is d6 minus 1.
Unarmed. So my weapon would be unarmed.
Yeah. So that's d6 minus 1.
Hit is d6 minus 1.
Yeah. So
that's my damage, right?
Yeah. So but you're basically hitting as hard as a club or a dagger.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And your armor class is 14 naked.
My armor class,
Without armor is 14.
armor is 14. So you said, is it 15s plus 1? 15 and 16s plus 1?
Yes, it is.
Modifier? Okay.
Yeah.
Plus 1. And I've got a 5 on my willpower. Is that -1?
Yes, it is. Oh, he's a weak-willed. The
Yeah.
monk. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's gonna be fun, that.
Okay. I think I'm ready. Oh, there's my armor class. 14. I think that's it for me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm eschewing the, like the classes have stat requirements, right?
Yeah.
But I'm basically not caring about it.
Okay.
For instance, the monk should normally have a willpower of 8 minimum.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm like, well, fuck that.
Yeah, right.
Let's just create the characters we want, and that's gonna be fun.
Worst case, I'm just the worst monk out there.
Yeah, exactly. No, man. Worst case, we just switch stats with dexterity or something else, which means that your character is a little bit different than others, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
I rolled quite high for everything else, but willpower is what I missed out on. So.
Okay. And that takes care of it, right? Your abilities basically include the armor class bonus, the stealth, and the unarmed combat at this point.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Yep.
Alberto, next character.
I'm gonna do thrice, and he's gonna be a barbarian.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see it. Okay, alright. Alright, that's gonna be fast. Level 1, 0 XP. What's his constitution?
Constitution of 15.
Okay, that's +1. Okay, so roll d6 plus 2 and add that to your maximum hit point.
6 total.
6 total. So add that to your maximum hit points. That should be 12. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Bonus to hit is +1. Saving throw 15.
15 saving throw.
Yeah. Okay, look. Okay. So you got keen instincts. Basically, you discover secret and hidden doors more easily than most characters. 1/4 on D6 for hidden or secret doors, and 1/2 on D6 for just noticing it without searching for it. Right? Which is high. That's actually really cool. Savage blows. You got a +2 damage for all rolls in melee combat. That's Swift Runner. Barbarians are quicker than other of their races. Their base movement increases by 3. I am guessing that means 15 feet around. So that's fast. Wilderness survival. So you can basically forage food, find shelter, water, and
Awesome.
stuff. Saving throws. Barbarians receive a +2 to all saving throws made to resist spells and magical effects. So to resist anything magic related, you got a +2. And that's it. Alright.
Awesome.
And that takes care of it. We're gonna see later for what the armor and weapons and all that, right? Okay.
Sweet.
Your last one, Carlos?
Okay, so my last character was a paladin, right?
Mm-hmm.
His twin brother is going to be a thief.
Excellent. Not an assassin?
No, I'm not allowed to be. Am I allowed to be? Is there an assassin
No,
class?
there's no assassin class in here. I'm surprised. It's got to be a thief. Or
Okay, then I'm a thief.
You know what would be fun too? The mountebank.
Oh wow, I didn't think about that.
That would be interesting. But anyway, thief. Let's go with thief like in this game. That's gonna work fine. I love the concept of the mountebank. I think that's a super cool idea, the mountebank. Did you see the supplement to Advanced Dungeons and Dragons that what's his face from Knights and Knaves wrote?
Carlos, you talking to Carlos?
Yeah, I'm talking to Carlos, but any one of you.
No, I don't think I ever did.
I should find this thing and link you back to it to download it. It's a guy. It's one of the rare guys at the Knights and Knaves forum who was really, really knowledgeable in first edition rules, and he wrote his own Unearthed Arcana basically. And there are some really sweet treatments of ideas that Gygax never had the time to explore, like the mountebank and the jester as a class. Anyway,
I saw the jester.
that's I love the concept as well. Like the idea of the jester as a class, I think it's terrific. Anyway, Thief, level 1, XP 0. What's the constitution of the character?
Constitution is 11.
Roll a d6 and add that to your hit points.
4.
Add 4 to your hit points total. So I guess that's 10 now.
11.
Oh, 11. Alright. Bonus to hit plus 0. Saving throw 14.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got the class ability called Thievery. Thievery 1. Just 1.
Okay.
Basically what it is all the skills, the skills of thieves rolled into one single ability.
Right.
Yeah?
Is backstab one of those abilities?
Backstab is not one of those abilities. I'm gonna tell you how that works. Backstab. Thieves prefer to catch their foes unaware and strike from positions of advantage. Anytime the thief attacks an opponent who is unaware of their presence, the thief receives a +2 to their base hit bonus. If the attack is successful, the thief doubles damage rolled and ignores his target's reduction value. Right? So any reduction value derived from armor and whatnot is completely ignored. Alright. The thievery allows you to do things like
Climb walls, pickpockets.
Pickpockets, locks, discovering and disarming traps, remaining silent, hidden, climbing walls, free-handed, right?
Right.
And you basically roll when the thief attempts to use this ability, the referee rolls a d6. If the result of the roll is equal or lower than their rating in thievery, this is successful. Okay, I have to explain something here right now. Is that the way I always rule on thief abilities in the game, advanced, and that game included, is these are almost extraordinary abilities. Okay?
Okay.
What that means is we assume that every character can climb. every character can attempt to pickpocket somebody.
Right.
The thing is, the thief does it better, or
Okay.
with extreme skill. Like, for instance, people want to be sneaky around, they can roll, a d20 or whatnot, but only the thief can be completely silent, or the monk.
Okay.
You see the thing? Almost
Yeah, I see the difference.
ninja-like, right? Same thing
Right.
for climbing. Only the thief will be able to climb some surfaces, like a straight flat surface, free-handed.
Sure.
Okay, just want to make it clear. Because too often people think of those abilities like saying, okay, the thief can climb, therefore my barbarian cannot even attempt it. Right? And that's a bad thing.
By the way, you said on a 6-sided dice, my skill or less, is that modified by dexterity?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's not. But it can be the chances of success, like the base is 1 because you're level 1, right?
Yeah.
But it can be modified by circumstances.
Okay.
Like how easy it is to climb the surface, or how easy it is to find a trap.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I'll be the judge of that because I'm the one rolling the d6.
I'll be the judge of that.
The dwarf will be the judge of that.
Yeah. He'll be lucky if he's breathing by the end of the next session.
I can tell you guys love this NPC, right? You guys are big fans of this NPC already.
That NPC is going to be the death of our entire party yet.
Did you like it when he proposed to murder the shaman?
No, I actually did love it because all that did was prove everything I said about him all along.
Okay, so, and that's it.
Wait till my paladin gets a load of him.
So look, that's Lugust,
Last character.
right?
Okay, Lugust.
Yeah.
I have minstrel, and I would like to go bard for class if that exists.
There's bard, or what could work as well is jester.
Oh,
Right, bard is more like
what's the background, or what's like the feel of a jester? You know what I mean? Is it
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I want to be like a dagger juggler, in a sense. I'm trying to think about
That actually would be the jester. Here's the thing, right? The jester, for instance, has an ability that's called foolery, like fools, right? And here's the description of the ability. Jesters are trained physical performers. They may use their foolery ability to perform acts of sleight of hand, climbing sheer surfaces, tumbling, even catching or juggling objects which are thrown at them.
Yeah.
Like you could say, for instance, somebody throws a dagger at you, you could use foolery to catch the dagger and throw it back.
Okay.
Instance,
yeah,
right?
that's kind of the thought that I was going with. Level 1.
The points. I'm just going to tell you a few of the abilities here. The jester is lucky. He's only surprised very lucky. He's only surprised on a 1, and receives a plus 2 bonus to armor class at all times.
Plus 2 to armor. Okay.
Beginning at 2nd level, the jester can cast wizard spells in a fashion exactly like a wizard.
Nice.
Right? And I'm guessing those jester spells will be more of the physical kind, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's to give you a taste of the class, right? Taunt. Okay, a jester can taunt his opponents. When the jester uses this ability, all enemies within 60 feet of the jester who can understand what he is saying become infuriated and they suffer a -2 penalty to all 2 hits rolls. So basically you piss off all the guys by making fun of them.
Yeah.
And they fight subpar. Right?
You mean like the dwarf? He has that ability naturally.
Yeah.
He's just born with it.
Yeah.
So
It's his charisma comes into
you
play.
interested in that, or more the bard, which is more of a supporting character? That, for instance, instead of taunting is what the jester does, right?
I'll do the taunt. That's fine.
Yeah. The bard, on
Yeah.
the other hand, add bonuses to his own troops, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do the taunt.
All right. So jester it is.
So that's my class feature is taunt.
Yeah, you can do that from level 1.
And foolery.
And foolery.
And lucky.
And okay, so I have 3: taunt, foolery, and lucky.
Yeah, you got those
Okay.
3. The spells kick in at level 2. So at level 1, you don't have them yet.
So taunt and foolery are level 2 spells?
No. They're abilities of the class.
Okay.
Okay? Right
Yeah.
now, at level 1, you have no spells. When you reach level 2, you will be able to cast spells like a magician.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Okay? Alright,
Yep.
so he's level 1, 0 XP. What's his constitution?
Constitution is 16. Is 16 plus 1?
Yeah, so d6 plus 1, and you add that to your hit points.
Okay. Is 17 plus 1 as well?
Yes.
Is it 16, 17's plus 1, and then 18's plus 2?
Correct.
Okay. I'm good. So you said it was d6 plus 1?
Yes.
It's a 1. So 2. I had 7 at first, so I'm at 9.
Well, 9.
For my maximum hit points. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bonus
and
to
0 XP.
Yeah. Bonus to hit is plus 0.
Plus 0.
Yeah. Saving throw is 13.
13.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
And the foolery class ability is 1.
Is 1.
1. Because when you use this ability, I think I do the rolling. Yeah, I roll a d6, right? You see if it works.
Yep. Okay.
That's interesting.
So 1 is a success. 2 to 6 is a failure. Is that how that works?
In theory. But the circumstances might mitigate
whether I can get a 2 or a 3 or whatever.
Yeah, basically, if you're trying to catch a dagger from a kid, instead of 1, I might add 1 or 2 to the chances of it succeeding, and so on. Right? Depends on the circumstances.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Alberto, your last character, which one is it? It's Carlos the Dwarf?
Yep.
Ah.
He's gonna go the cleric route.
Ah. Okay, excellent. Cleric of the blinding light?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, cleric is faster than magic user because you don't have to write down your spells, right? What you do instead is basically pray to your deity, and your deity sends you the spells you want, right? Which means basically you have access to all the spells in the list. Okay. So level 1 cleric, 0 XP. What's his constitution, Carlos?
14.
Okay, so that's roll a d6, add that to your hit points.
6.
You add 6 to your hit points.
Okay.
Your bonus to hit is plus 0. Your saving throw is 15. And at the moment, you don't have spells.
Okay.
As a level 1 cleric, you are not having access to spells yet. But you have access to banishing undead. Okay?
Right. Banishing of dead.
Yeah. And you got a +2 bonus to saving throws versus poison and paralysis.
Versus paralysis and what else?
Poison and paralysis.
Okay.
Okay? And to give you an idea, to banishing undead, your ability at level 1, it gives you a very fair chance to banish skeletons, zombies, and it start to get really hard, but you could white and wraith.
Okay.
So that's a pretty cool ability with undead. Huh? And we're basically done here.
Sweet.
So we got all the characters leveled up. So that's gonna be an interesting cast of characters, right? There's a little bit of everything, if I remember correctly. There are 2 magic
Is there?
users.
Yeah.
2 magic users. There's the paladin, a barbarian, a duelist. So that's
Oh,
some
there's. The only thing we don't have is range fighters. I don't think.
yeah, that's
My
gonna
thief
be,
will probably go with some range.
yeah,
And
Right, and the
jester.
jester.
I
and the
imagine the
jester.
jester probably could.
yeah.
Dan, I have a question for you
Sure.
about deities in this game, because I'm
Okay.
running a paladin. Do I have
Yep.
any choices, especially since I'm a halfling, besides Church of the Blinding Light?
I'm thinking.
Or do non-humans also
No,
worship the human gods?
theory, in theory, in the Dunsmuir, the way this works is deities are like patrons, patron deities, right? So they are either heroes from history or mythological creatures that became gods, something like that. The thing about halflings in the setting is that they are relatively new to the world. And if you were playing, if we were playing straight in the setting of the Hobbyshop Dungeon, right? I would tell you to choose an ancestor in your family as your patron deity.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay? And basically your deity is, all took the sextagenarian grandfather of so many and all that,
Okay,
right? The guy.
well, that'll give me a chance to do something fun with him.
Yeah. So and you should totally go that way, right? You should, yes, it was the greatest pipe smoker of the whole county, and right? And you can go crazy with it.
Oh, don't worry, he's gonna smoke some pipe.
Right. Excellent. Oh yeah, and these halflings are hobbits. Okay, we're talking hobbits here.